Hi everyone, I'm Dee Iraka and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a professionally trained chef. And I'm here in my kitchen today showing you how to do a very, very simple task, which is cutting up an orange into orange supremes. So this is something I actually learned in the restaurant, and it's something that I've never forgotten. And every now and again I go to a restaurant and I think, why didn't they do the orange supremes? Because it's pretty easy. So what I've got is a Cara orange, which I've actually never purchased. So it will be interesting to see what this looks like, but I actually got this from Costco, a huge bag of them for like $3. I was very excited. So we are gonna cut the top and the bottom off. I have a serrated knife, which I prefer. I see lots of chefs do it with other knives, and that's totally fine. One thing I will say for you as somebody who cooks in your own home, find the tools you like. They might not be the same tools that somebody else uses, and that's completely okay. So we're gonna go ahead and cut off this top, and you can already see that beautiful orange in there. Cara oranges tend to be a little pink, which I can already see it is. So I just cut off the top and the bottom, and now I have a flat edge, which I love when I'm doing anything with a knife. And essentially I'm gonna cut all the way around this orange using my serrated knife. And it does not have to be perfect. If you get a little bit of orange on here, totally okay. The idea is you kind of cut in a little bit of a moon shape. And this is one of those techniques that I think takes a ton of practice. I shouldn't say a ton, takes practice. But once you do this a couple times, you will see how amazing this is. If you are putting oranges into a fruit salad, if you're using them for garnishment, if you're using them for a dessert, this is really a great technique, and it does take a little bit longer than just cutting it and peeling it. But the great thing is you actually don't have to peel this, and these are rather difficult to peel. So cutting this peel off, I think, is actually easier. So now I'm gonna go through and just kind of clean this up a little. If I see places where I might have missed at the bottom, I can pull that right off. And I can even just go around the bottom like this if I see some pieces, and that way it's nice and clean and ready to go. And then I like to use a bowl, because once you start cutting in here, you're gonna see some juice that falls down into this bowl. That can be used for your recipe, or you could even, if you supreme enough of these, you can actually throw it into like a cup and drink it as orange juice. So I am now cutting right down, right next to that white pith. That white pith is the bitter part. That's the part you don't want to be eating. So I'm gonna cut right down that side, and then I'm gonna cut down the other side. And now you have a beautiful supremed orange. And then again, I'm doing it on the one side, and then I'm gonna go to the other side. Again, you have another piece. And it does not have to be perfect. If you get a little bit of white in there, not a huge deal. But the idea is that you, for the most part, you're not eating any of this white part that really is quite bitter. And you'll see once I cut through here that all of these pieces are just these beautiful little wedges, and then they're sitting in their own juice. So some of these pieces are pretty large too, which makes it a little easier. Okay, and there we have it. And if you want the juice, you can take this and just squeeze that juice right in there, and that way you can use it for your dish. And there you have it, a supremed orange with its juices.